the board vice president. On behalf of our school district, we'd like to congratulate you and thank you for carrying forward such a great program. Not only have you achieved tremendous success, but you've set the bar for not only what happens at RUHS next year, but for all those middle school students that are working hard in their programs, and also all of the elementary kids that now have this wonderful example to look forward to. So thank you and congratulations from the Board of Education.
Thank you, Mr. Christensen. Now, I don't know about you, it may seem like a lifetime, but Mr. Viscata has only been here for 2 years. And I'm sure you'd agree that if they had a state championship award for the best dressed band director, he would win. I mean, isn't he dapper? Oh my gosh. Comes to work with those suede shoes and matching hat. Jeez. And those bow ties. So clearly he wears his creativity outwardly as well. And he uses his imagination to push the band beyond their limits. We saw that last year when he created Jane Bond, you know, the female version of James Bond. And then, of course, he went to the next level with this year's show, creating a flight scene of military and war. And I'm sure most of you have seen the performance probably many times over. And for those of you who haven't, I really encourage you to find it online. It is online somewhere. But I do remember the first time that I saw it at a football game. And I didn't know what to expect, but to feel the tears well up in my eyes towards the end was an emotion I didn't expect. But it certainly showed just how remarkable someone can create a show using music and movement to create those emotions. That's amazing. You know, I mean, I'm an avid Bruin and been going to football games since I was probably in the womb. And I've seen many marching band performances, and I've never felt an emotion like that for a marching band performance. It's just amazing and something I will never forget. And that's because we have a band director who is creative, he is imaginative, he has very high standards. We all know this, right, students? And so, but because we know he comes from a place of love and passion and care, we put up with it, don't we? Yes. And so, I'm excited to introduce a band director who truly is here, not only for the benefit of our program, but because he really does care about kids and he wants Redondo to be on the map, and he put Redondo on the map. Mr. Viscata is like no other, and we're so glad that he is a part of the Seahawk family.
I know how exactly to start now with all those nice words said about me. Well, I'm not perfect. So I had a parking ticket right outside my band room a few weeks ago. Could I photocopy this and then send it with the bill? Anyway, it seems like it was just yesterday that I interviewed in an intimidating room with, actually, speaking of really nicely dressed, that was Dr. Wesley sitting to my left, really nicely dressed. And she kept on grabbing my hand and saying, remember, keep your answers to 2 minutes or less. So I just had a lot to say, you know, I really wanted to be here. And I remember on more than 2 occasions, she grabbed my hand and was like, 2 minutes? 2 minutes? And I'm like, oh, I totally blew this interview. And then I'm sitting at superintendent's office. I won't tell you exactly what he said, but he told me in words, I hope he forgives me for saying this, he's like, what would your family say about getting this job? And I'm like, I don't know. He said, don't mess it up. So I hope you think that I've done okay so far. And with that said, I am thrilled by all the support I've always had here. And I've never been more supported at a school than at Redondo. And it really, truly takes a team between the community, the school board, the city council, just everyone supporting our program. Anytime we do something, I really see that support here at our school, more than I have seen in any other schools. I mean, we could do this at another school that I might be at, and we would never have something like this or the reception. And doing that parade, I didn't know what to expect today, but I was thrilled beyond belief today. I was just smiling ear to ear, just hearing my kids play and watching my flag guard with the flags just waving behind the kids, and just my trumpets wailing in the background. So awesome. I always had a dream of having a large band program, and I had success with a small program, and I always had big ideas, but never a big enough band to bring those big ideas about. Now I do, and it's remarkable what these kids have accomplished. Yeah, it does. I do push them a lot, but to their credit, they are very talented. We have many talented dancers in our guard, and we have many talented musicians in our band. I'm just simply amazed by all the kids' work and their work ethic, and some kids that really push themselves beyond, belief. And I like to recognize one of my seniors right now, because this person has been having meetings with me since I came here, when this person was a sophomore in that mid-year that I got here. And we had our ups and downs this last fall, and she was our drum major. So Jade, I thank you so much for all the support that you've been giving me, and the moral support that sometimes I've needed from you. I just want to acknowledge you and embarrass you right now. So it really does take, I really have to take into consideration what the kids want, what the kids need. So she was my first little bridge into knowing what the band program was like, and helped me pick out some of the music in that first week. I said, so you think the kids would like this? We almost always talked with her and another senior that was that year. But it's been an incredible journey to be here at the school. I've been extremely happy. It's just I sometimes wake up, come here, and the kids, I don't know if they ever see me. Sometimes I'm just like standing up there. Once we've been rehearsing a piece for a long time, I'm just saying, in my head I say, wow, I can't believe this is my job, that I actually do this for work. I get to enjoy the music from these kids playing for me, once it's truly at that playable level, and it's just beautiful. I invite you guys to, some parents sometimes show up 0 period and just kind of sit back and listen, and I love seeing that too, because they enjoy listening to the band as much as I do. And with that said, I have such an amazing team of parents here at our school. I mean, you are my big red wave out there in the stands, and it really showed at championships. And the love and support I felt when you guys, they actually yelled at one of the judges because they forgot to mention my names. They mentioned all the band directors' names except for mine, but they did not let up. They kept on saying Redondo, Redondo, until someone really loudly said Redondo, and they're like, oh yeah, and Ray Viscara from Redondo, and it was a thunderous applause. So it's nice when you get forgotten, because then you get a bigger recognition. So that was kind of cool. So thank you guys so much for all your support, the countless hours that you guys do for us, all the props, all the time you do for cooking meals, making sure the kids get water, making sure sometimes that I get fed and get water, because I forget to do that sometimes myself. And again, my amazing administrative team here at our school. Anytime there's something arises, I go to them, and they always give me the best guidance on how to move forward with our program. And it's been a great journey. And I've learned a lot from them, especially Lindsay, who I've worked together with a lot since the beginning, and she's been a really great mentor for me. Thank you, Lindsay. Miss Corcoran. And so when the kids do their show, they perform after doing countless of rehearsals. But I have a way I feel about music. It's just within me. I just know when something's wrong. I just know it has to be better, and I try to get them to see that. I try to get them to know how to perform their best. And not only it's not about just lessons about music, I also try to teach them, life lessons here and there, because if someone else tries to tell them, maybe I get through to them here and there with some of my little tidbits of information. And lo and behold, later on they tell me, hey, I learned this from being in leadership, and I thank you for doing this and that. And so I really appreciate that feedback. But when they perform, and we're about to get to that moment right now, when they perform, I always tell them, perform like it's the last time you're going to perform this ever. So know what that feels. What's that feeling? If this was the last time you were going to perform this music, how would you want it to sound? So with that said, we won't play our whole show for you, because there's some slow parts that we want to play.